thinking about the memories from your own life, not the memories from someone else's, because that's someone else's life. Rather than seeing it as something you lack, see it as an opportunity for you to grow. What you focus on grows. So if you focus on what you're lacking, you will have more lack. If you focus on the opportunities that you receive or that you open up to, the more opportunities you receive. This is quite vulnerable for me to admit this. If you want to stick around and catch a vibe, subscribe. Hello everyone, welcome to heaven. Today I'm going to be starting a new series on my channel called Deep Chats, and it's basically once a month. I guess it's kind of like a reflection video. I'll be reflecting, but I think it's also giving you the opportunity to reflect on the previous month and things that you've noticed, things that you've enjoyed, things that maybe didn't go the way that you wanted them or expected them to, and kind of how you can take those lessons into the upcoming month, because I want to win, but I want you to win too. I want us to level up together, because I mean why not? Why would I not want to see other people win? Come on now, come on. We wanna elevate, we wanna help each other elevate and grow, because it's just we're just here for the elevation. Honestly, stick around, grab some water, and let's catch a vibe. To start off this series, I'm going to be talking about all the new in my life, because at the moment I feel like I'm going through such a period of or I have been going through such a period of transition, and there's just been a lot of newness in my life. Everything feels new, or maybe not everything, but a lot of things, most of my life is new. So that's with I've moved back into uni, I've moved my place of living. I am back in uni now, so I'm with a new class. I didn't know any of my class before starting uni this year, and obviously this YouTube channel is new, but I mean obviously I chose that newness in my life, but I wouldn't change it. I'm really happy that I started this, and I think no matter the phase in your life, I feel like we all go through waves, right? I feel like personally in my life it is either crazy busy, everything is happening, or it feels really stagnant and nothing is happening. So just know that if you're in the stagnant periods, which I was right before this period of my life, just know your time is coming. This stagnancy isn't gonna last forever. It's just a waiting room. You're just in the waiting room waiting for this next phase of your life, and trust me, it will come sooner or later. So just take the time to relax, to chill, because when it comes, and it comes hard. But if you are in this new period, as I am, for example, first year students, and if things feel a bit chaotic, take it easy on yourself, because I feel like change is always uncomfortable. Even when you're ready for change and you're kind of wanting the change, it can still be uncomfortable, because it's something that you haven't experienced before, or maybe you have experienced it before, but it's still change. You're still having to adapt to your new life, basically. I mean, that sounds really dramatic, but no matter how small or how big the change is, it is still change. It is still something you have to adapt to, And that is going to take time, and that looks different for everyone. And I feel like, I know that there's a lot of first years at uni that are experiencing this right now, because they are not only a new location, but like new living space, new education, new city, and that can be a really daunting thing and a really scary thing, but it is also an exciting thing. It's an opportunity, and it's also a fresh start. You can reinvent yourself. You can become and you can be whoever you want to be. Whoever you decide to become, you can fully embody that. I mean, you can reinvent yourself whenever you want. You don't have to just be like in a new city and decide. Like, you can decide to reinvent yourself whenever you want, but within the context of this new start, fresh start, new beginnings, rather than thinking about how much you miss things and of your old life, think about what this new life can give you and what opportunities it can bring. You never know who you're gonna meet. You never know like the things that you are going to get to do. Like when I started uni, oh my gosh, I had no idea that I would have like lived in another country for 6 months, that I would have done an internship at an incredible company. Like there is so much beauty in uncertainty, because it just presents so much opportunity. It is literally like anything is possible, right? And I think one thing during this phase, and this isn't just applicable to first years, this can be with any change in your life, but I think what a lot of people get stuck on is comparison. We all compare ourselves to each other. I don't know why. There's probably some psychology behind it I'm not aware of, but as the old saying goes, comparison is a thief of joy, and someone's life may look a certain way, but in reality there might be some things going on behind closed doors that you don't know about, that like no one knows about. And at the end of the day, when you look years down the line, when you know you're old and looking back on your life, you're not going to think about the other people's lives at this period of time in your life. You're not going to be thinking about the memories from your own life, not the memories from someone else's, because that's someone else's life. And I feel like this is so easy to say. Why waste your time thinking about other people when you can focus on yourself? But you can't say, oh, I'm never going to compare myself to anyone ever again, because that's just unrealistic. You can change your framing of it. Rather than comparing, they have this and I don't, instead changing it to, they have this, that's really cool, maybe I want to try that. So rather than seeing it as something you lack, see it as an opportunity for you to grow. Seeing it as a point of reference for what you might want to do or might want to explore, it brings the power back to you. So you're no longer coming from a place of lack, you're coming from a place of opportunity. And when we change our mindset, that's when we tend to attract more. If you're constantly thinking about what you lack, what you don't have, you're gonna get more of that. What's that saying? What you focus on grows. So if you focus on what you're lacking, you'll have more lack. If you focus on the opportunities that you receive or that you open up to, the more opportunities you receive. I feel like we get so caught up in our own heads, and I know especially for me, I used to just live in a constant state of stress. Like, I was constantly late to everything. I was constantly, like, my life just felt so chaotic. I felt like I didn't have any control over my life. I was just like, I felt like I had no control over my life and what I was doing. It felt like everything was happening to me, not for me. And I was like, I can't handle this, I can't cope, da da da. But recently, and I know I mentioned this in my London vlog as well, but I've been learning to flow a lot more and to just slow down and just accept the flow of life, because there are things that are going to happen regardless, right? And I think where we suffer most is in that resistance. The resistance to what is happening doesn't feel nice, right? And now that I'm learning to flow and just like let things be, rather than having, this is what needs to happen, this is what I need to do, it needs to happen like this, having an idea of things that I want to do, things that I want to happen, but letting go of the attachment to that. Oh, I cannot tell you how much like more calm and just at ease, at peace I am, just because I'm letting go. When I'm letting things flow, I feel like more good things happen to me. I feel like I attract more good because I am at such peace, rather than stress, coming from like a stress and survival state of mind, being a relaxed, peaceful state of mind, which I know is not easy. Trust me, it's taken me some getting used to. It's been a process. But just learning to let go, and meditating has really helped me with that. Meditating, journaling, I know these sound like buzzwords, but they're buzzwords for a reason. They help you. They have both really helped with just being present, letting it flow, just letting things happen for me instead of stressing about things happening to me. Also in my life, I have noticed that I'm feeling a lot more, not only at peace, but gratitude and excitement. And I feel like they kind of go hand in hand. The more grateful you are, the more excited you become about the future, because you're like, wow, so much good has happened, so much good is coming, da 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 da. And it's just okay. So now I'm gonna talk about things that I have learnt, because I feel like learning is where the true growth is. Learning is where the true growth is. I have learnt that I am a very independent woman, which I love. I love being an independent woman, although there is a point where it is too much, and that is when you go into hyper independence. And I feel like being dependent is not good. Being hyper independent is equally as not good. I know, I think because our society is quite, or at least the Western society is quite encouraging of individualism, and I think individuality is very important, but as human beings, we are not meant to be isolated. We are not meant to be completely alone. And I feel like hyper independence is kind of going into that territory, because you don't think to ask for help. You're like, oh no, I've got it on my own, even when you do need help. And I have been learning that this is not healthy, because I always thought that it was a great thing, that I don't need to rely on anyone, that I can just depend on myself and just be that strong woman that everyone preaches to be. But it is okay to ask for help. In fact, it is beneficial to ask for help, and I think in a way it can strengthen your relationships. Asking for help from your friends or family, you can bond over those experiences, and also just spending more time with people grows the connection, right? The thing that I'm working on right now is like a stepping stone, because growth takes time, these things take time, but my first little stepping stone is to become aware of it. Realizing when I need help is the first step, right? Because we don't want to just jump in the deep end straight away, because after years of acting a particular way, that is going to be a shock to the system, because I'm not used to that, right? So first, just becoming aware of when I need help, and maybe letting myself be more vulnerable with my friends and family, opening up a bit more, rather than just being like, oh no, I'll just talk to myself, I'll just journal, I'll just talk to God about it. That's my comfort zone, and yes, those things are beneficial, but that is like my comfort zone. And then the next step, after I secure them and I feel secure enough in those, I will then go on to actually ask for help. And I know that it will feel uncomfortable at first, but I know for longevity it will be the most beneficial thing for me. It will allow me to accept a lot more love, will allow me to accept support, and will allow me to have deeper connections with the people that I love. But yeah, I think that is probably one of the biggest things I've realised over the past month, or maybe 2 months. So I'm going to open this part of the video up to you, for you to reflect on your own life and what you have learnt over the past month or 2, however long you want to reflect for. And I'm going to end the video here. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope this video helped at least one person. Let me know if you like this new series. Don't forget to like this video, and please subscribe if you want to stick around and catch a vibe. Subscribe.